Okay. So we'll just talk about what we're doing first. So what we're doing is we're sitting down every once in a while, filming it, just having a talk about what we are doing and the questionnaires that we're getting and the point of view that we see. That way everybody is getting the information directly out of our mouth rather than other people's mouths. So we'll go around the table and introduce ourselves. It'll be the same people every time, but we'll introduce ourselves every time. We'll start over here.
So I'm Kevin Burton. I'm going to be covering District 14 for the House, which basically surrounds Fern Ridge Reservoir. And I've been a Eugene resident since 1985. So, been here a while.
I'm Jake Huff. I'm running for Senate District 7, which incorporates District 14 and District 13 in the House. Most of Eugene and Veneta and Elmira. I've been here since 1989 and just retired last year from federal service in the Federal Aviation Administration after 36 years.
My name is Jonathan Abrahamsen. I'm running for House District 13, which is North Eugene, Santa Clara area. And I've been an Oregonian my entire life. I was born at McKenzie-Willamette in Springfield.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, so...
Been here.
Yeah, so this week we wanted to sit down and we wanted to talk about a couple things. One is the questionnaire that we got from the Oregon Family Council. All of us got it, all of us did it, so it should be coming out in their voter pamphlet. And then we got some letters to talk about. And we also have an upcoming event that will be on the 26th.
Yes.
Here in, what is that, 2 weeks? A week from Sunday?
A week from Sunday at
Yeah.
Crossfire Ministries
Crossfire
Church
Ministries.
in Springfield.
Yep.
So everybody's welcome to that one.
Yeah,
Absolutely everybody.
So I have the pamphlet. We'll talk about that, times and location and everything.
Great.
We'll do that at the end so people can write it down if they want to. Yeah. And if you guys hear stuff in the background, I am a father, so kids are running around. It's you know, it is what it is. It's the house. So it's my normal day.
Real life.
Yeah. So I actually went through and I picked some of the questions out of this questionnaire for all of us to go over. Just the ones that are kind of interesting. There's some in here that are really just kind of bland and don't really matter. I mean, I'm sure Oregon Family Council likes to ask them.
Yes,
but I mean, quite frankly, if you, they're not all that interesting.
some of them are kind of like, okay.
Yeah, kind of bland. So, Kevin, you want to read number one?
Sure. So this is through parental rights section, and it's curriculum transparency. And it starts in Oregon, parents have the right to view the curriculum that is being taught to their children. However, it can be difficult and inconvenient to access the curriculum due to business hours and location. One example is from SB 409 in the 2023 legislative session, which sought to create more transparency by having the school district post a link to the curriculum on its website. Do you support or oppose making school curriculum more easily available to parents?
So, you're a teacher. You're a homeschool teacher.
I actually teach at a private school here in town. It's Nature Discovery Christian Academy, which is right off of Beacon and River Road.
So let's start with you then. What's your... first of all, do you support or oppose making the curriculum easier for parents to get?
Oh, I totally support having it to where parents should be able to walk into a school district and say, I need to see such book. If they could make a electronic aspect of it available, so that parents could actually just pull up the book, look at it, look through it, see what it's going to cover. That is. I even have parents where I'm teaching. They're like, "Can I see the book? I want to see what you're going to be teaching my kid." And I'm like, "Sure, not a problem." I've actually at my school, I'll just send it home with them.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to see it? There it is. You can read it. Supporting this type of thing is fantastic to me because, well, as a father of little ones, you're going to want to be able to see what they're sending your kid through.
Yeah.
You're a grandfather and great-grandfather of kids.
Yeah.
Would you not want to be able to see what they're teaching your
Absolutely.
grandkids?
Well,
Absolutely.
So let's
Yeah.
move to Jake. Jake,
Okay.
what's your opinion?
I do support making the curriculum available to parents always. Parents are the ones who are responsible for raising their children, not the school district,
right.
not the village. The village can be full of idiots. You want the village idiot to be teaching your kid all sorts of stuff? No. So parents have the primary responsibility for raising and nurturing
Yes,
their
they do.
children.
Yep.
Okay.
That's 100%
So
true.
if the parents don't know what's going on, how can they have a voice in that? How can they make decisions for their children? Because let's face it, children, they'll go wherever you lead them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 100%.
And so if the curriculum is such that parents don't approve, they need to know what they're not approving of.
Correct.
Correct.
Back
100%.
in the 90s, when my oldest two boys were at North Eugene, they came home. My history teacher was saying that communism is better than capitalism. What do you think about that, Dad?
Yeah.
You know, I had no idea what they were teaching because it wasn't available to us.
Yeah.
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 So, you know, back as far back
It was
as
a long family night.
it was. It was. So, yeah.
So that kind of bleeds into my answer, which is definitely support. Which my answer that I wrote on this, because I actually am publishing this on my website so everybody can see my handwritten answers.
There you go.
And I'm making a video, is that I support it and that I feel that our schools are going way too far in what they decide they're going to teach. And also, and the awesome words of Senator Mike McLean, the mission creep is going far too far or far too expansive in schools, and they're teaching things that they don't need to be teaching.
Amen.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
100%
You know,
true.
I've had a lot of issues with it lately, and unfortunately, the school district that your district covers most of has an issue when you stand up against what they're trying to teach.
They don't like it.
You know, for one, I got threatened to get trespassed from the school district because I stood up for my child.
See, and that's wrong. As a parent, you should always be able to 100% engage with the teacher and the administration.
So
100%.
we made it about 3 minutes into a meeting before I was escorted out and threatened to be trespassed.
See, that's not.
And the main reason I wasn't trespassed is because my child, I live outside of the district, but my ex-wife lives in district, so my kid goes to that school, and I have to drop him off. So if I'm trespassed from the property, my kid can no longer go to that
can no
school.
longer go to school.
Yeah. So I think it's way too
Man.
far. And I also think that teachers need to be held accountable.
Oh, yes.
But I also have a very large opinion on that. Beyond just the curriculum, I also think that we need to go back to teachers being professional.
Yes. So do I.
You know, like, we need to get rid of the yoga pants. We need to go back to professional attire. Like, you're a highly educated professional.
You shouldn't be doing weird things and
Yep.
strange and today we're going to go outside and we're going to show you what marijuana looks like, children. That's not
So, actually, I talked to Rick Dancer about this. So there was a bunch of issues with the school district. For one, they did a rainbow club, which
They did?
they were coaxing kids into going by giving you extra recess if you went to it.
Yep.
So then after getting that shut down, they started social emotional learning, and I asked for a curriculum from that, and I didn't receive that curriculum until after they shut down the class. And they shut it down in the middle of the term. Yeah.
Wonder how that occurred.
Yeah. So, Jake, how about I give you the most controversial question out of this book, number 2?
Okay.
You get the fun one.
Gender. Transgender sports. In recent years, the sports world has witnessed a rise in biological men competing as transgender women in women's high school and collegiate sports. This has caused a debate regarding equality and fairness. While some argue for inclusion, others say it is unfair to biological women who have a disadvantage competing against biological men. Do you support or oppose legislation blocking biological men from competing in women's sports? And I absolutely support it. If you've ever watched Bones, the TV show Bones, when the bones are all that's left, you're either male or female.
Yep.
And no amount of hormone treatments or surgery on the outside
It's gonna change
changes
your
who
skeleton.
you are biologically.
Yeah.
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 And
100%.
men biologically are stronger than women, with very few exceptions.
Yeah.
Okay?
So,
So
Yeah.
I oppose men competing as women in women's sports.
so with this answer, you support
I
the
support
ban.
Yes.
Yeah.
I support
You want
a
to.
ban.
You don't want it. Yeah.
Yes,
Correct.
on men competing as women in women's sports
Yep.
because they're not women.
Yeah. So
Period.
I'm the same way. I support having a ban on that. And my answer was because biological men have a scientific, biological, and muscle structure that is substantial to women. I mean, I'm not ragging on women at all. Men are larger. Men have more muscle. Men have a mass amount of testosterone,
Yep.
especially when you're in these sports and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's not on an even playing field whatsoever.
No.
No, not at all. So I 100% kicking guys out of women's sports. One, we've covered the aspect of, okay, a guy is skeletally, musculature, everything about him he's just more designed to do that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, have you ever listened to Riley Gaines talk about that, the Olympic
Oh,
swimmer?
Yes.
About her having to take her swimsuit
Off in front of a guy.
who's standing there naked, and she has to take off her swimsuit in front of a biological man.
Yeah. And she's like,
She was super uncomfortable with it.
oh, yeah.
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 Well, we raise our kids to understand the difference between boy and girl from a very small age.
Yeah.
And we normally, hopefully, instruct our children that that's a boy, that's a girl.
Well,
There are no it's.
so since we're kind of on that topic about instructing kids, so I talked about this with Rick Dancer also.
Uh-huh.
I had to sign a release acknowledging that they're teaching sex ed in the Bethel School District from K through 12.
Yep, all the way through.
Yeah.
All the way through.
I couldn't even register him for school
If
without
you did not
signing that.
accept that. Right.
They say at the time they will notify you and you can pull them out, but will they actually notify you?
Well, okay, some of the kids, when I was teaching at a charter school in Bethel District, we were required to notify the parents that in health and in biology and, that we were going to be covering these types of subjects.
But they
that would
could
be-
say that we already notified you.
I did. I
Yeah.
did notify all the parents. I had some parents who were like, no, that I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
That's a subject that my daughter and I should be having together.
Correct.
And I was like, that
Absolutely.
is absolutely perfect.
Correct.
I've also had some dads who've come to me and said, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that till
So I agree with like 4th, 5th grade, like, hey, you're starting to change. You need to take a
Sure.
shower, wear deodorant, wash your clothes,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But K through 12 sex ed,
No.
I
I
a
didn't.
kindergartner, the only thing they need to know is that's a boy and that's a girl.
yeah.
Yep.
And
I didn't get sex ed until I was in the 10th grade. And that
so a
was
sophomore.
Yeah, that was at an American school in Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay.
And what we covered was if you engage in sexual activity, girls, you can get pregnant. Boys, are you ready to be a dad? Are
Yeah.
you ready to take responsibility for that?
Right. Yeah.
And here are some things that you can do to avoid those situations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is how it all works. But
Yeah.
boys are boys, girls are girls.
Yeah. See,
Right.
like I covered the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's an ovum. Here's sperm. And yes, I went through that part. That's not so much of
the physical
sex
aspect.
ed
Right. It's
as
not sex ed.
it is
Anatomy.
This is anatomy, physiology, and this is how
All
it
right.
works.
We're going down a rabbit hole. Okay, let's move on to number 3.
Okay.
Which is
Public funding for abortion.
Oh, here we go.
another controversial topic here, which is under the life decisions section of this questionnaire, which is public funding for abortions. In 2022, legislators approved a budget allotting $15 million to create the Oregon Reproductive Health Equity Fund. This money is for abortion services, including travel and lodging costs for those seeking abortions from other states like Idaho. The Oregon legislature continues to use tax dollars to fund organizations providing abortion services. For example, in 2025, House Bill 5025 allotted $10 million in funding, and the other legislature's emergency board chose to give $7.5 million to Planned Parenthood facilities. Do you support or oppose the use of tax dollars for abortion? I'm going to answer this question first because I read it.
Go.
I didn't answer this question
Okay.
because I think it's horse crap when they make a paragraph
Right.
that doesn't match the question.
Correct. Yeah. There's all sorts of things that could happen here.
And my written answer, just so everybody online can get this, is the question is not based on the paragraph. Do I support paying for out-of-state residents lodging and travel to get abortions with tax money from Oregon taxpayers? No. Maybe we should use that money elsewhere since we're talking about raising taxes, fuel tax, everything else.
Yeah.
Do I support using tax dollars for abortion? For certain things. We won't get into that because the question wasn't part of that.
Sure.
But do I support out-of-state abortions? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
If you live in a state that doesn't pay for abortions or doesn't allow abortions, I'm sorry you live there. Our tax money shouldn't be paying for it. If your health insurance covers it in our state, by all means.
Sure.
But when it's publicly funded out of tax dollars, I don't think it should be a thing.
No, it should. Why should I pay for some kid who goofed up, lives in Florida, can't get an abortion, to fly all the way from Florida for a week's vacation, basically, and on the side have an abortion?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
I agree.
I don't want my money just laundered around the United States.
Yeah. Well, isn't the point of local tax money or state tax money? I understand we get federal funding for this also. Isn't state tax money to support the local state tax paying citizens?
Yes.
What a concept.
Oh my gosh. My brain.
So, we got your answer. So, Jake, what's your answer on that question?
I like the way you divided it up. No, I don't think that Oregon state taxes should support people from out of state getting an abortion. I personally oppose abortion except in the case where the mother's life is endangered or rape caused that child to come into existence or incest. Those things are extenuating circumstances, often beyond the woman's or girl's ability to make any difference.
So I take the same stance on that, and I also think there should be qualifications for some of those.
I agree.
Yes.
Because, you know, my whole campaign, as both of you guys know, and you guys should obviously know since reading my website, is I'm all about underage sex crimes, you know, letting them have a voice, protecting people that have been raped, molested, whatever.
Right.
But I also don't think that you should be able to go and get an abortion for rape without a police report or it being reported in some way. You shouldn't
Good
just
point.
be able to walk in and be like, oh, I was raped and have an abortion.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Because were you?
Yeah.
I understand it's traumatic, but at the same time, that protects you in the long run.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it starts the ball rolling rather than you going to get an abortion, trying to bury those feelings for the next 20 years and then decide you're going to do something about it.
Right.
No. Yeah.
Right.
See,
Now-
that is, I'm 100% on board.
From
with that.
from a personal point of view, my mom My grandmother and my grandfather were married, and grandfather did not want children.
Okay.
So my grandmother had several abortions performed. This is back in the 1930s.
Oh.
Okay.
Unsafe abortions.
Unsafe abortions. She tried 3 times to abort my mom.
Oh.
After the 3rd time failed, she says to Grandpa, "This child wants to be born, and I'm not going to try to abort it again." And he said, "Fine, we're getting a divorce."
Wow.
So Grandma had my mom, raised her as a single mom. They were very close, and I don't know if my mom hadn't been born, if I would be who I am today, right?
Yeah.
And as far as just abortions go, we don't know who that child is
No.
and who they're going to grow up to be.
No.
What if Mozart had been aborted?
Yeah. You wouldn't have all
His
those
vast body of work would be gone.
Yep.
What if, I don't know, some other, all these great inventors and people who have
Edison.
done great things. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they had been aborted and all the things that they created don't exist?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Well, the light
So-
bulb would have came along.
You
It would have
don't-
just been a whole bunch longer.
Yeah. You don't know who that person is.
Right. Right.
And I believe that we are eternal beings, that we are spirit children of God, and we have a purpose and a mission. And if a person comes into the world in a not ordinary way, so what? That person has a mission and
They've got something
is
to do.
foreordained by our Heavenly Father to do something in this life, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And because we don't know, I don't think we have the right to take on
Just-
the power of God to terminate somebody's
Yeah.
life because they're inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
let's face
that's
it,
my stance.
that's
on it.
what most of them are. It's just, oh, this is going to be highly inconvenient and I don't like it. Oh, nice. That's not
I mean,
not a reason to snuff it out, right?
all right. So question 4, both 4 and 5 are under education. So I'm gonna let Kevin start with 4, and then I'm gonna steal 5 from you because I did a
Okay.
bunch of research on it, and I kind of want to go first, and then we'll fill it in.
All right.
Okay,
So, question number 4 is school choice. Receiving an excellent education is essential for the future of our youth. However, Oregon's high school graduation rate has constantly ranked low when compared to other states. Right now, I think it's like 47th or something like that.
I have those statistics on the next question. I'll
Okay.
answer.
To enable parents the opportunity to send their children to a school that is the best fit for them, one suggestion is for the state to allow tax dollars to follow a student to the schooling option of their choice. Do you support or oppose expanding school choice for K through 12 grade education? And I actually do support it. So this is kind of like the voucher system for children.
Yep.
Trump tried that in the first mode and didn't happen. But Oregon has had this question for a long time, and I believe it's actually a really good deal. One, it will force schools that are just garbage schools to really rank it up. They've got, otherwise kids just won't go there, and they'll just be sitting with no kids, and all their funding will go away. And I think it'll also, and a lot of people don't understand this, but kids get these little tags on them that they have an IEP or they have this or that, and all these dollars get forced into that kid, and a lot of times nothing really happens with those dollars, other than a special ed teacher just gets paid a lot more.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. To me, that's like, I can burn my $100 bills and get more out of them. To me, this is a no-brainer. Make the money follow the child, and you will follow who's best.
So I left out half that story about me getting, or them threatening to trespass me from the property. So my oldest
Okay.
is in title.
Okay.
He's been in title for over a year and a half with this teacher who's been a teacher for 30 years.
Mm-hmm. So she has her tenure.
So she calls me and goes, you need to meet with a child psychologist to see what disability your child has.
Wow.
Instant light switch in my head.
Oh, yeah.
So I go, what do you think that disability is?
Sure.
She goes, I have no idea. That's not my job. So you're a reading specialist that has been teaching my kid for a year and a half and has no idea that he's severely dyslexic. Like so bad that he writes backwards.
So back is K.
No, so it's not that bad. He flips the letters.
Oh, he
all the way
flips them
around.
over. Okay. So,
Yeah. Like every letter that can be flipped over and be wrong.
So
he
a B
does.
is a D and a D is a B.
Yeah. Yeah. F's are backwards. J's are backwards. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
So I called her out on that.
Gosh, she should know that instantly.
3 months later, I finally get an email. Not even a phone call. I get an email that, hey, a meeting for the child psychologist is scheduled for this day.
No, what day will work for you?
So 7:15 in the morning on a Wednesday.
Oh.
So we go in. Of course, it's the assistant principal. It's the counselor. It's his teacher, the title teacher, and a psychologist.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and they're like, we're going to go over everything, and then you guys can fill us in. And I'm like, how about you go over whatever you want to say, and then I'll blow everything out of the water like a good politician that I am. And that's where the whole thing went south. She goes, if you're going to talk ill about anybody in this room, the meeting's over. And I look at the title teacher, and I go, do you feel like you're a good title teacher, or that your skills are where they need to be as a title teacher? Meeting was over right then.
Really?
Like the assistant principal lost her crap.
So
And
for
I got
those of
kicked
us
out.
who don't know what a title teacher is,
Yeah.
Please.
So the way it works is my kid gets a regular reading class because he's in 4th grade. Gets a regular reading class with the class.
Yep.
But then they pull him out of something else, and he gets extra time. I think it's 3 times a week.
It
And he
depends
gets-
on each school.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he gets a half hour 3 times a week extra. And she was his actual teacher for most of this time because she wanted to give him intensive help. Supposedly.
right.
So they wanted to tack an IEP and all kinds of stuff on top of this.
So he actually got the title aspect labeled to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And during this conversation going back to the conversation on the phone with his title teacher, I go, maybe if you focused a little less on money and lopping people's peckers off and focused on education, you guys would be able to teach somebody. Because I went to her literacy night, and in 17 minutes, she mentioned funding 27 times.
Wow.
Dang.
So
Like
it's
to the
all
point-
about,
Like to the point that she was telling us that your kindergartner, if they can't start sounding out words in kindergarten, they're pre-qualified for title in elementary school.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's just more money just being dumped in, just like a garbage truck just
So,
rolling in garbage.
Where I'm going with that is on this answer, which is the school choice answer, the voucher system, is I 100% support it because, excuse me, I feel like it will make schools have to step up their game,
They have to
employ people that are good, take accountability, and actually teach rather than push agendas and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's a bad problem in the state of Oregon.
It is. It's huge.
I'll give all the statistics on the next one because the next one. Why don't you read it then?
Okay,
I'll
read
answer first, and then we
Right.
can go around. Just because
Okay,
I want to
sure.
throw the statistics out for both of these questions because I wrote them down.
Oh, so
And
you
these
went
are-
and looked them up?
These are fresh as of last week.
Oh, okay,
So-
cool. All right.
So this one is on graduation standards. Senate Bill 744 was signed into law during the 2021 legislative session. As a result, students are not required to show proficiency in essential learning skills in order to graduate from high school through at least 2029. While this may make it easier for students to graduate, it questions the level of basic skills a student is required to know in order to receive a diploma. Do you support or oppose restoring graduation standards? Well, my goodness, I support having graduation standards, and I'll tell you why. I went to a Subway shop a while back, and I asked the kid to cut it up into quarters. He says, well, it's been a long time since I graduated from high school. Is that 4 pieces or 3?
Wow.
High school? Isn't that like
High school.
first grade? Like 4 blocks?
And
Wow.
I asked him, how long has it been? 4 years. Okay. So
That's
then,
a long time.
Then I
huh?
asked him, how many quarters are in a dollar?
Couldn't answer.
4.
Oh, well, he did know.
So if I want my sub cut into into quarters, how many pieces am I asking for? Oh, 4. I thought, oh my gosh, what are these kids learning?
Yeah. No.
Are they learning anything?
Okay.
That's basic math. So go ahead,
Okay.
give us some stats.
So,
Slam us with them.
I'm not going to answer the question quite yet. We'll just go over some
Okay.
statistics here. So, Oregon, these are 2025 statistics because, of course, we haven't had graduation in 2026. So, Oregon is 47th in education.
47. I was off by 1.
47.
Sorry. Probably headed for 48th.
Which our average for graduation in the state of Oregon is 81.8% in 2025.
Wow. 81%.
Yep.
And that's with no standards.
That's with no standards.
Okay.
Which, yeah. Bethel, with no standards, is currently, with 2024-2025 school year, was sitting at 84.5% graduation rate.
Wow.
Which they're touting that. Like, they're advertising it everywhere. That they're at the highest graduation rate they've been at ever. So, unfortunately, Eugene 4J is falling substantially behind that at 78.2% in 2025.
Wow. With no standards, 78%.
With no standards. Which I will give them that they have substantially more students than Bethel.
They do.
Sure.
I think they're like almost triple.
Yes. Yeah.
But,
That's huge.
you know, my issue with that is, do you know where we're at for funding for education?
Oh, it's got to be.
Immense.
Yeah. It's what? Like, it's the number 1 tax base, isn't it? I mean.
So, yeah, but we're sitting at 20th out of 50 for the cost of
Really?
education per student K through 12.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
20th out of 50. And currently, I believe, according to the people on the Oregon Doge podcast, we're sitting at about $21,000 a year per student.
Per student.
Per student.
$21,000 a year per student on an average class size of 30.
Wow. That's just insane.
Yep.
That's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let that sink in.
And that
I mean, there's-
doesn't include local levies and bonds and stuff like that.
sure that are
For
being-
the school themselves,
Correct,
you
yeah.
know, to build stuff for computers, you know, whatever. That's just tax money coming in to educate the
Well,
student.
yeah, because they just announced on the news tonight about the 4J's levy, you know, that they're wanting to bring in.
So we attended the budget meeting last week. Yeah.
Oh,
That was something else. We won't get into that during this question or
not
this,
enough time,
this
huh?
talk, but we will address it personally and decide if we want to make a video about it because we've affectionately came up with some nicknames. There's definitely some people there that I don't really see the best interest in mind.
No, I know
So,
for a fact, yeah.
Going back to that, the graduation standards, I definitely support having graduation standards. Our kids need to have standards. For example, a friend of mine's kid just graduated, I think it was 2 years ago now. He joined the military. Before he left to join the Navy, we had to teach him how to read an analog clock.
Oh.
Because he graduated high school and could not read an analog clock. His dad gave him a watch, and he couldn't read it.
Let alone probably one that has like Roman numerals on it. He's probably just totally.
See, I grew up in the day and age, like my brother used to have this super bougie watch, right? And the only number on it was the 12 at the top.
Yeah.
And I grew up learning that way, right? Like,
Sure, yeah.
just where they're at, you
Yeah,
get close.
That's 12. That's got to be safe.
Right? But you get close enough, right? Like, you don't have to 12:20, okay, it might be 12:17, might be 12:22.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're close enough, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
You know, if you're 15 minutes early, it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
So, yes, I 100% think that we need graduation standards.
Definitely.
But I don't think we need to base those off of state testing. I think teaching to state testing is horse crap.
It is. Because I can guarantee you that they teach to the test.
100%.
So if there's a question on that test and that teacher knows it, she will teach or he will teach around that question a lot.
That's because
And then skip over this stuff and go to the next one. And then skip over that and go to the next
the
one.
school gets rated off of what the state testing score was.
Right.
Which is also why they removed the WASL from Washington, was because of that issue. And the WASL, you sit there for a week taking a test.
Yep.
Like all day, every day, taking a test for a week.
Yep.
Wow.
On a third grader, that's brutal.
Oh yeah, they can't handle it.
Yeah.
Their little brains just pouring out their ear by that point in
Yeah.
time, you know. So
Yeah.
they just can't. You can't do that to, especially younger kids. A high schooler, okay, a high schooler should be able to handle it by that point in time.
Yeah.
But still, they're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be like, "Is this
Okay.
awful?"
Yeah,
Jake, did you answer that?
I did.
Okay, so you support it as well.
I support
Yep.
it.
Oh,
Kevin obviously supports it.
100%. Yes.
So we'll touch base on these letters real quick.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
we'll talk about straight from the horse's mouth, and we'll move on with the night.
Yeah.
You can kind of see in the camera that the sun's setting. It's late evening here. And we've got families to get to and things to do.
I have papers to grade.
Oh yeah, the teacher way of life.
So we all got these letters.
Oh my gosh.
These
yes.
two got them from
Yes.
the
See,
address.
so there
is
they
a-
are. Look, they are. They
The
are.
address is a park in Eugene, and mine came from a strip mall in Kaiser.
Yeah. So
Okay.
these are definitely written by the same person.
Same exact individual.
Yeah.
Same handwriting.
Same
Yep.
handwriting. Same everything.
Yep. There is no way you could get around that one.
So Kevin and mine's came from a local park here in town.
Up on Crest Drive.
Yep, which is a public park. And then Jake's came from a strip mall up in Kaiser that sure it has a UPS store at it, but it doesn't have a unit number on it, so we can't tell
Can't
if it
tell
was from
who, what,
that
where, when.
UPS store.
Yep.
But these, I'm not going to read these letters because they're really long. But
And they're not worth it.
for the most part, they're the same. They changed one paragraph right in the middle for Jake's from ours because of Senate versus state rep. But it's full of false information and it's trying to threaten us to drop
yeah,
out of the race.
Get out. You're not going to win.
Yeah.
You can't make it. You're too wimpy.
Or as they put it, you could just sit this one out.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it says,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you can just sit this one out.
And he says, he or she, so I know of what I speak. No signature.
Yeah.
Who is this person?
Yeah. Except they were talking about
Yeah, up on the front.
they graduated, I was a sophomore in high school in 1972. I've worked on
Scores of
of campaigns, managed 6 campaigns and 2 congressional races, and have been a candidate myself 8 different times. Well, unfortunately, that makes me not want to take your advice.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if you're threatening us, but yet
You didn't make
you
it.
were a candidate 8 times.
And you won't tell us who you are.
Yeah.
You're a weenie.
Yeah.
You ain't worth time of day, buddy.
Yeah.
If you,
So
if you
you
want
are.
to contact us and tell us who you are, go ahead. But
Yep. So as for the event, it's a candidate town hall with Q&A at
You
the
have-
Crossfire Church in Springfield.
yeah,
The address is 942
you have the-
28th Street in,
straight from the horse's
in
mouth.
Springfield. Yep. It's called Straight from the Horse's Mouth, like you put it. It's, so
That's the name of the group that's putting it on.
Yeah.
It's at Crossfire, but Crossfire is not the host. Straight from the Horse's Mouth is the host, and Crossfire is just allowing their facilities to be used.
Well, so looking at this and reading the letter, they are inviting us to go to their service on Sunday.
Yep.
We will be introduced during that service if we choose to, and then afterwards will be the Q&A introduction. We can have a conversation.
Yep.
So if you guys want to meet us, if you want to shake our hands, if you got questions for us, stop by. Yeah, I will be at the Bethel School District meeting next week. I don't know if these guys are going to go with me or not.
Yeah, it's
That's your
it's
it's
directly in my
areas.
direct district.
Other
So
areas,
So
yeah.
I will be at that. I go to all the 4J and Bethel because my house district, you have multiple school district in yours.
Right. There's also another one in Veneta coming up, so
Yeah.
I'll be going to that one.
Okay, let me know when that is, because Veneta will be in my district.
Yeah,
So,
it's in your district. Yeah.
My house district, I cover Bethel and Eugene 4J. I only got one Bethel school in it, but
Yes,
you
you
know,
do.
my kid goes to Bethel too, so I kind of have a biased opinion when it comes
Sure
to
you
it.
do.
But if there's anything anybody out there in YouTube land or the website wants to know, feel free to hit up any of our websites. Shoot us all an email.
Yep.
All the contact info will be there, and of course I'll tag everything in it.
Yeah,
All right.
it's all good, and we're ready to go.
Perfect.
Thanks for giving a listen. And like Jonathan said, if you have any questions, reach out. We will actually answer your questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nathanson, Fahey, and Manning. Well, that's a crapshoot.
They might beat around the bush.
They probably won't give you a straight answer.
Yep.
They never do. And Manning never calls anybody back.
Yeah.
I've tried several times.
I've called Julie probably 5 to 6 times at her office. I've given her 4 to 6 emails.
Nothing.
Not heard nothing.
I haven't reached out to Nathanson. I don't really care to. If she wants to talk, we can talk. But I don't really have much to say. I'm not one to beat anybody down, or talk crap unless it's.
I just wanted to have a conversation with her.
Yeah.
That just
But so
a civil conversation. I'm not going to tear her apart.
I can 100% guarantee that I'm the only one that checks my personal email for the campaign, and I'm the one that responds. And I do respond to all of them that aren't spam. So,
which we get a bunch.
Yeah. Well, you guys, thank you for being here, and thanks for having a conversation.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
See you next time.